Let me tell you something that completely changed the way I look at money. Years ago, I used to think financial planning was just about numbers, spreadsheets, percentages, income minus expenses. But the truth is, a financial plan that actually works starts with something deeper. It starts with you, your values, your dreams, your fears, your habits. It's not just about how much you earn or how much you save. It's about building a system that reflects the life you want to live. When I first sat down to create my own financial plan, I didn't begin with money. I began with a question. What does a good life look like for me? Do I want freedom to travel? A home I truly feel safe in? The ability to support my family or start a business? Those answers became the foundation. Because without a clear vision, numbers are just numbers. But once you know your why, the how becomes so much easier. The next step is awareness. And by that, I don't mean just checking your bank balance. I mean getting really honest about where your money goes. I used to avoid this part. It felt uncomfortable. But tracking my expenses for just 1 month opened my eyes. I realized I was spending more on things I didn't care about and less on what actually brought me joy. That small habit of writing down every expense changed everything. It helped me take control. Then comes clarity. You need to organize your money in a way that makes sense for you. I started by dividing my income into 4 key areas. Essentials, like rent, bills, groceries. Goals, like saving for a house or a trip. Freedom, which is money to enjoy life now without guilt. And finally, growth, which is investing in my future. You can call them what you want, but having clear categories gives your money a purpose. Every euro, every dollar, every cent has a job to do. Another thing I wish I had learned earlier is the power of automation. Once I knew how much I wanted to save each month, I set up automatic transfers. One for my emergency fund, one for investments, one for short-term goals. That way, I didn't have to rely on willpower. The system did the work for me. And believe me, this is one of the most underrated secrets to success. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Let's talk about debt. If you have it, don't ignore it. I had credit card debt once, and it drained not just my bank account, but my energy and peace of mind. The best move I made was creating a debt payoff plan that felt achievable. I listed all my debts, organized them by interest rate, and focused on one at a time while making minimum payments on the others. With each step forward, I felt more free, more empowered, like I was taking my life back. And here's something nobody talks about enough. Your financial plan should include joy, not just obligations. Make space for fun, for rest, for spontaneity. A plan that doesn't include those things is not sustainable. It's just another form of restriction. When I added a category for guilt-free spending, I stopped feeling like I was depriving myself. That little shift made it easier to stick to the plan long-term. Now that you've laid the foundation, it's time to build the structure of your personal financial plan. And I want you to think of this like designing a home. You already know what kind of life you want to live. Now we're just choosing the right materials and layout to support it. Let's start with goals, but not the usual vague kind like save more or get rich. I mean real, measurable goals with clear timelines. For example, instead of saying, I want to buy a house someday, you might say, I want to save 50,000 euros in the next 3 years for a down payment. That simple shift changes everything. It gives your plan direction. I like to break goals into short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Short-term might be paying off a small debt. Mid-term could be saving for a car. Long-term might be building a retirement fund or starting a business. Each one needs its own strategy, and that's where your categories come into play. A key piece here is flexibility. Life changes. Maybe your income increases. Maybe it drops. Maybe you move cities or start a family. Your financial plan should grow with you, not trap you. That's why I do a monthly review. I look at what I spent, what I saved, and whether anything needs to be adjusted. It doesn't take long, maybe 20 minutes, but it helps me stay aligned with what really matters. Now let's talk about investments. I know it can sound intimidating. It used to scare me too. But investing doesn't mean jumping into risky things or becoming an expert overnight. It starts with a simple mindset. Your money can work for you. Even if you begin with small amounts, the power of time and consistency is on your side. Start with understanding basic options like index funds or a retirement account. Learn how compound interest works, and most of all, be patient. The best investors are not the ones who chase quick wins. They're the ones who stay in the game. Don't forget protection. This is something most people skip. But part of a strong financial plan includes making sure you're covered in case something goes wrong. That means having an emergency fund. Ideally, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. It means having insurance that fits your life. And it might also mean setting up a will or at least thinking about how you'd protect your family. These things aren't exciting, I know, but they give you peace of mind, and that's priceless. Another area that deserves attention is relationships. If you share finances with a partner, communication is everything. Money can be a source of conflict or a source of connection. I've learned that regular money talks, even short ones, make a huge difference. Agreeing on goals, supporting each other's dreams, and celebrating small wins together makes the journey not only easier, but more meaningful. Finally, let's talk about mindset. A financial plan that works is not just about tools and strategies. It's about belief. Belief that you can learn, that you deserve stability, that you can build something lasting even if you've made mistakes in the past. I used to think I wasn't good with money, that it was too late, that I had messed up too many times. But all of that changed when I decided to take small, consistent steps, one habit at a time, one decision at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And I promise, the moment you start giving your money a direction, it will start showing up for you in ways you didn't expect. You'll feel more in control, more calm, more free. If this video helped you or sparked new ideas, take a second to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I'm here to share everything I've learned about building a life of freedom, clarity, and joy through money. And I would love to have you with me for the journey. Let's grow together, step by step.